I did it. I did the task you set out to me that is... I don't believe in the cut of last week's episode, but maybe I did leave it in. I don't remember. Invincible!
Yes.
I don't know why I had been putting off watching Season 2 or Season 3. It's like it just escaped my mind and I had never thought about it. But I just super binged it the past couple of days. And... my God. I'm going to say 8 for Season 2, 8.5 for Season 3.
What was Season 1? Do you remember?
I don't even think we gave them ratings for Season 1. I'm going to say a 9 for Season 1 just based on what I remember.
Okay.
That might be rose-tinted glasses. It might not be. I don't know. I can say... What's your rating for the Adam Eve special?
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Yes. And we will talk more about that when we get to Season 3.
It gives a lot of really good context for Season 2 and Season 3.
And So did you see it before you watched Season 3?
I believe I watched the Adam Eve special when it came out.
I will tell you this much. You missed out.
Okay.
Not seeing it going into Season 3 and what happens there, I think it makes Season 3 better. Because it adds a massive pop to the finale that nobody else, anybody else that I know, doesn't have that pop because I didn't know.
I still got the pop. It still got it out of me. If
Yeah.
you're talking about what I think you're talking about.
But when... Okay, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
But I think Season 1 I would have given a 9. I'd give Season 2 an 8. And then Season 3 I'd give a 9.01.
Okay.
I like it more than... They're both 9s, but if I had to pick which one was better, it's Season 3, I think. And it's so stupid because it's based off of one very stupid specific thing.
Okay. Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Season 2.
Season 2.
We're back. We come back to this planet and this alien human boy.
Yeah.
I don't remember how Season 2 starts out.
Season 2 starts with Mark just doing more human stuff, and we get
right.
all the Angstrom backstory.
Yes, we get one of the dystopian worlds one of the alternate universes where Mark is.
Oh, the first episode is where the machine blows up.
Yeah, but like the start of the first episode.
Oh yeah,
we start in the alternate universe where Mark
going like that.
Where Mark had chosen to align with his father.
Yeah, basically every universe.
Yeah, right. And then they do all that. It's going to be hard for me to pick out the plots of each of these episodes and think about them not as one big whole. And that's
I'd rather talk about it as one big whole.
And even like thinking of Season 2 and then Season 3, like because it's just all one big blob to me, which is kind of how they make it out to be.
It's very continuous. It's very I think that's a positive. I don't think that's a negative. I hate when a season show is like, this season is this, and then this season I kind of like the through line a little bit more.
Yeah,
which I didn't know I liked until this show did that.
Outside of maybe a small time skip, it doesn't really feel like there's anything separating seasons 2 and 3.
And it is genuinely just a small time skip. I think it's like a 6 months or something.
Maybe
I think
it's
either 6 or 3 because I thought it was a big one, and then my friend was like, "No, it's only this long," and then I was like, "Oh, it is only that long. It's not that far apart."
And then there's also a time skip in the middle of Season 2.
Yeah.
So,
but that's only a 6 month. You're talking about when he stays on Thraxus.
It's only 2 months.
Oh, that's only 2 months. I thought it was 6 months.
And then it's also a 6 month time skip between Seasons 1 and Season 2.
Yeah. You have any negatives?
Amazon ads suck. And
you have Amazon ads?
I do currently. I didn't realize that was a thing that was in my plan, but apparently it is.
Ew.
So I had to deal with ads a lot. For some reason, thought they were 30 minutes and not hour-longs. So, but that's not really a positive or a negative.
I think that's a positive. I'm bad. Give me more of the show. So,
yeah. I don't... Like, there were characters that bothered me and things that made me upset, but it was very clearly the show wants me to be upset about this character and this stuff.
Okay.
So I don't... It's hard for me to think of any actual negatives at it. Maybe when we start talking, something will come up.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
I hate Angstrom.
Okay.
But only because I believe I am tired I am tired of shows and movies using this excuse for people to be villains. Specifically, characters that they have shown me are extremely intelligent. I am tired of the, oh, well, he's just crazy. I am tired of that shtick. Angstrom is that in the entire season. The entire first season. As soon as the thing blows up, he is just now crazy. I hate that. I don't like it. It's 100% a me thing. It's the only thing that makes it an 8. Because that whole thing is the first episode. It got me to not watch the rest of Invincible when it came out. Oh. I didn't watch season 2 until a month ago when season 3 started coming out. I was like, let me watch season 2. And then I went, and every other episode was a banger. But the first episode is what makes it an 8. Because if that first episode is either done differently or whatever, just fix it, just makes it that he's just not crazy or whatever, then the season 2 I like as much as the other 2.
See, I really liked the build-up for that. I liked that his original plan was for good. It was I'm going to save all these worlds with this. And then it goes wrong because he doesn't want to kill anyone.
Yeah.
And that creates the fatal flaw that we're introduced to by the Mauler brothers in the first season of him not knowing which memories are actually his, and almost creates a super trauma.
Yeah, because he now has the memories of every other... It's because every other universe Mark is bad.
Essentially.
Yeah, so now he has all of the memories of every Mark being bad, and then only his memories is the one good one, which he doesn't really have that much involvement with.
And he can't remember which are his and which are not. Which I thought...
And at that point, Mark really isn't that big of a superhero that he would have many memories of him being good anyway.
Yeah, he would just have his fight.
He would have, he would have Chicago, where, from what we understand, in this season and the coming season, a bunch of people don't... Like, it is I don't want to say a 50-50 split, but not everybody believes that Mark is a good guy. Like, some people still believe that Mark is still working with Omni-Man, and he's eventually going to be evil. So, all that to say, I understand why they do Angstrom like that.
The one guy.
No, it's not one guy.
There's a few people that are skeptical, but they really only centered in on the one guy and his wife and child.
That guy, that guy, the wife and child. But there's an overarching theme. The news never reports on Mark like he's our savior. He did break into the Pentagon. Like, these things don't go unnoticed. They, especially at the end of the next season, I feel like we're going to get a lot more of that.
I think now.
Definitely.
Now we definitely are.
It's not like Mark is the superhero that we love. Everybody watching the show loves Mark. I don't think any of us dislike Mark. But in universe, I can believe that there's more people like that. What's his face? You're telling me there's not a bunch of people like Adam Eve's dad?
We'll get to Adam Eve's dad.
There are plenty of people that are like that. 100%. You're not going to tell... I will not believe that there's only Adam Eve's dad has that opinion. It has to be a prevailing opinion in certain circles.
He doesn't seem like it's... We're talking about people who specifically are antagonistic towards Mark and think that Mark is doing that. Adam Eve's dad is just clearly... I don't want to use the word racist, but he just clearly doesn't like super...
Yeah, he's anti-metahumans, but...
You can call him... we'll call him metas. That works.
Yeah, so... I don't know,
That's the character. Her dad is the one where I was just like, I do not like this character, but I feel like the show does not want me to like that character. So I can't tell if I'm being worked or not with how much I viscerally dislike her father. I get pissed off every time he's on screen.
I get it, but that's why the show is so good. There's a level to I understand him.
Yeah. I do think I'm getting worked by it. I don't there's sometimes where you watch shows where you don't like a character because they're not being written well or like all this other stuff. I feel like the show is working me and I'm supposed to not like him when he shows up. So
yeah, I can't help but I get
because we're supposed to see it from Adam Eve's point of view, who is pissed off every time he says some stupid shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm like, damn, he is an old school working man asshole. But God, does he? There's never when he talks to her or they get into an argument I guess maybe I'm just in the minority. Like, I never hate him. I always understand where he's coming from. I just know that he doesn't have the tools to communicate what he really wants to. Because we get the moments of where he's not just yelling and being an asshole, where he's like, I'm just looking out for you. I just don't want you to get hurt. And we see that a little bit more in season 3, but we also see it in season 2. We also we see it. It's just I think it's because I know people I know old school white working dudes that don't know how to communicate.
I'll give you, and this is going to be the same scene, an example that I think supports your point, and then an example that supports my point. When Eve is when they meet Mark in the hospital, and he gives his, we would like our privacy with our daughter. I think that goes into your point completely. He's not necessarily being mean. He sounds like a little bit of a jerk, but he's not being mean. He just doesn't know how to communicate it. When later on in that scene, when Mark is talking to her mom, who is the sweetest character in the entire show, and it turns and he's like giving her the like evil, like not the evil, but like the stare of like cut it out. That then pisses me off. I can't really communicate. I don't understand.
And like even there, I still think he's right. Not right, but like I still don't understand where he's coming from. The one that I think when he's arguing with her about her fixing things before she goes to college, and she's like building stuff and doing it, he's like, yeah, that's not your job. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. I think he's right.
I think that
now, it's all about packaging and the way you bring something to somebody, and that's why I go back to this guy can't. It is so obvious this guy cannot communicate with anybody. He is just so used to just yelling and just doing whatever he was doing. Yeah. He can't communicate with anybody. And I just see that. I actually like him a lot as a character because I know I'm supposed to dislike, and I do think he's an asshole. You can be an asshole and still relatable and understandable, and I like him a lot. I like the idea of his character. To say I like him, I don't like him. He is obviously supposed to be disliked, but what they're doing with that character, I think I love.
It's just what I'm trying to say. It's something that in a season or two it could blossom beautifully.
I love that they're giving that perspective. It's like something you wouldn't think when you're watching a superhero show. Yeah. That it's like, I'm happy you're exploring that and leaving that to be possibly like we can delve further into that idea. I like that. Yeah. Everything with Adam Eve is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it feels like Invincible as a show, as a comic, and as a concept really wants to take a realistic approach and answers to criticism that gets, I'm going to put quotes around the word, plot holes that gets put into conventional superhero media. Well, why don't they just use their powers to do this? Well, they just level cities and there's no accountability. Like, oh no, Mark feels that accountability. Mark feels it every time he exists. And Adam Eve can't just do anything because she's not an architect. She doesn't explain. She created this because she heard the people wanted it and didn't realize why they hadn't done it. And then it all collapses again.
Yeah.
I do. I enjoy that. And I really like how it's done. Especially then at the end of the 3rd season when they level like 3 cities in one fight.
Ugh.
Mark's not... Also with other shows just having... I don't want to say... Or shows and movies. I don't want to say senseless killing. But it feels like that there's an amount of this. And like Mark breaking down when he kills someone in self-defense is such a real... I like it. I like that a lot.
See, and that's so wild because it's the only thing I dislike.
I like morality. And I like Mark. Not
I do too, but they're... If any of us are in that situation where he kills Angstrom at the end of season 2, none of us react the way he does because it's not a human reaction.
I think it's... No, I do think it is. I think anyone...
disagree.
I think anyone in that situation, any common person in that situation, does kill Angstrom. I do think we end up with that result of Angstrom is dead. For real. And maybe then what happens afterwards. But, like, the act of killing him happens. But I do think a morality play comes. Because there is that... You know, you hear people that have confirmed kills say it. The first one's the hardest. There's... Even if they deserve it...
It's not his first one. He has inadvertently killed thousands of people in the first season.
Yeah, but that was like a purposeful.
And this isn't purposeful?
No, I mean him killing Angstrom is a purposeful. I am killing this person, not an inadvertent Omni-Man knocked me into a building, or I tried to get this person out of the way and I failed.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way my brain's wired. I would feel infinitely worse about the grandma that dies on the alien invasion than I would about killing Angstrom. Angstrom, I'm not thinking about for an extra second. I murdered that guy because he was going to kill my brother and my mom.
Yes.
Literally don't care, and I'd never think a second about it. Like, I understand what you're saying, where people are like, the first kill's the hardest. Usually those are military people. I don't know exactly what you're referencing. But
it is usually
military people, yeah. There's a level of that person is kind of innocent. The other, like, when you're in the military, there's a level of it. I'm not saying that anybody who joins the military is innocent or whatever, and I'm not saying that they aren't. But if put into a situation where you're both there and we're in a war, your goal is to kill each other. That guy's goal was to kill you. 100% don't care. And it's different because he makes it personal by going after your family.
Yeah.
If Angstrom and him were just fighting whatever villain of the week, and then he ends up killing him, like, say if I would understand what you're saying if he killed Elephant Man,
or like when
like the gay robbers maybe.
Yeah,
I'd understand.
No, I get what you're saying.
I'd understand what you're saying, but Angstrom. Yeah, that is the only issue I have with seasons 2. Other than the first episode, that episode where it's like, yeah, Mark, but you know this dude's evil. You know he trying to like. Why are you having this struggle now with the guy who literally broke his mom's arm, was going to kill your mom and your brother, and you know that's what he wanted to do? That's just where I don't follow.
But he also doesn't want to lose control and be like his dad, who was ready to take over everything in the name of
yeah, but he's old enough to realize that those are two completely different things. His dad rampaging through Chicago and killing like thousands of people that did nothing but just live in Chicago. Like, he killed a bunch of Bears fans. Like, honestly, we probably deserve it, but like, it's so different, and I think it's so obvious that it's different. It's just, and it's not even that big of an issue because I just think it's a little extra played out. But like, I understand why he made. Like, maybe I'm speaking too strong. I disagree with the decision. I understand why, like, the thought process behind that decision. But me disagreeing with the decision makes me dislike it more than it's wrong. It's not a bad decision they made that decision. I dislike it, and I don't think it flows that well. But if you believe that and you buy into that, then it's good. It's good because they build on it well and going into the next season. Yeah. I just don't think, if your rationale is that it's a human reaction and that's how like morality works, I just disagree with that because I don't think anybody, I wouldn't have reacted that way. And I would think most people are like that, but maybe I'm just a maniacal murderer and I'm just keeping everything in. I don't know. You threaten your family, it's different. When a guy just threatens your family just because, like, that's just evil. Like, evil. Yeah. Batman's wrong. Is what I'm saying. Some people deserve to die.
I don't know. I think that's where I feel for Mark in that situation. Because I think, yes, this person's a threat. He needs to be dealt with, and that's the way that you're going to have to deal with him because he's going to keep coming. But also, I understand. You don't want to kill anyone.
Yeah. There's a level of rehabilitation that I think can happen. I don't think everybody should die. You can do something evil, but if it's... I don't know. I think it's very easy to understand why somebody does something bad, and if they can be rehabilitated. But when somebody does something evil just to be evil, it's very cut and dry to me. Like, there's no way to to explain why Angstrom was going to do that.
He's mentally ill.
I know, but okay. Again, doesn't explain anything. Like, that doesn't do anything for me.
I'm not saying...
If Angstrom's thing is, I'm crazy, and I know about... Like, his is out of revenge. 100%. His motive is revenge.
Yeah.
For killing, because now he remembers all of his kids that died, all of his wives that have been killed by Invincible. It's purely a revenge play. It's pure evil revenge. Revenge is never a reason not to be killed. If you seek revenge, you're inviting that back towards you. So
I think in season 2 his motivations are also crossed with an idea that he's protecting this world from what comes next. Obviously, in season 3, it is pure revenge. There's no.
Yeah, and I think season. I don't. You know why why what you said doesn't work? Because he has lived in all the universes where he's killed his mom, who's innocent, who he is now threatening. Mark's mom, who's an innocent person.
Not in all the universes.
Not in every universe. Mark doesn't kill his mom, but he's been in enough of the universes that has happened. There's a bunch, because we see in season 3, there's plenty of Marks that killed their mom. The one didn't. And there's plenty of Marks that didn't kill William, but there's plenty of Marks that did.
1 out of 6.
Yeah, he knows that woman is innocent. He knows that it's Mark and Omni-Man that team up. They kill her most of the time. So why is he threatening? And because it's revenge. Because it's not about saving this world. It's about revenge. Now, if he wants to say it's about saving this world, whatever. But
he also says in that fight multiple times that he just wants Mark, and he doesn't get violent towards them until Mark isn't playing the game anymore.
He just wants Mark, but he's there brutalizing the mom?
Because Mark won't.
Yeah, but that's not a reason. That's not good enough to then make it, I just want Mark. Yes, it's revenge.
I would say the only other time he does any physical threatening is when he throws the knife at them, but he does that to make Mark go and catch it to throw him through another thing.
You are trying to...
I'm saying that I'm saying that the season 2 Angstrom is very clearly not there for revenge, but also out of this twisted idea that he's going to protect this dimension from Mark and his father, which we know is not the case. Which we know that that's not going to happen. And then season 3 is clearly out for revenge because he was then almost murdered by our Mark.
Yeah, but you're saying he's purely there for Mark. That's revenge, then.
Not necessarily.
Okay, but it is.
If he's pretty sure that Mark is going to be the cause of the end of this world, and he thinks he is protecting the world by getting rid of this Mark, with a slice of revenge on it, there's revenge on it too.
I was just going to say, he says multiple times, I need to make him pay for what he's done.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, yeah, then that's just revenge.
It can be both.
But that's not what you said. You said it isn't revenge. You said season 2 Angstrom is not revenge.
I just said it's revenge.
I know, you just said I have a slice.
It's very clearly doing both the whole time.
I don't know. I just don't think it's anything but revenge. It's the reason why I have the problem with the first episode. Because it just immediately goes to a revenge plot that is explained. I just don't like it.
Yeah. The first episode establishes that it's kind of going to be both. But then it isn't. After the result of season 2, when he isn't killed but is killed, it morphs into just complete revenge because now he has a very specific tie and hate against that very specific Mark. Because if it was just fully revenge, he would go through all of the dimensions and kill all the Marks. But that clearly doesn't happen because we have all the Marks at the end of season 3.
Okay. Season 3 is completely revenge on that Mark Grayson. But yes. Season 2 is revenge on the idea of Invincible. That I'll understand.
And a protection of the world from Invincible as well.
Yes. I'll agree with you there.
It would be like...
Because you're 100% right, it then becomes a personal revenge.
Yes.
Because he literally gets other of these guys that he is supposed to hate and supposed to be saving the world. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, season 3 is nothing about saving the world. Season 3 is fuck this guy in particular.
100%. Shake my hand. Okay. We agree.
Yeah, season 3 is fuck this guy in particular. Yeah. Like, that is what season 3 is.
Do that, buddy!
Do this, man!
But that season 2, that last fight bangs.
Yeah.
It's not Invincible Omni-Man, it's not Invincible Conquest. But it still is tight.
And you know something? I felt something when it was revealed that Angstrom wasn't dead. I wasn't sure. I was like, I think I would prefer that be a kill. I accept it because I liked their season 3 fight because of how it's informed by the season 2. I like that we saw that Mark learned.
Yes.
That in season 2 he gets bodied by getting portaled every 5 seconds, and then in their season 3 fight, I don't think he gets portaled a single time. It's like he learns and is able to adapt.
Well, he also, I just think, I guess it's a mix of learn and that now he's just physically more capable.
That too. He's also
because he's just actually faster. Like, what did they say, like 79%?
Yeah,
they were giving some crazy numbers.
They gave some nonsense numbers.
Yeah, but it's true.
But he knows the opponent now. And
yeah.
He knows this man, he's going to try to put a portal right in front of me. So he's constantly... But he's not evading until the portal's up. So it's a mix of... Can think
his
faster,
reactions
can go
are better,
faster,
and then he's also... He knows.
He knows this is the game.
He bangs. Invincible bangs.
Yeah.
The character, not just the show. He literally bangs.
He did.
Is that not the funniest bit? Is that season 2 or 3 where he starts to bang, and then they get... Yeah, because he's with Amber. And they go to space, and then Alan starts banging, and they have to go somewhere, and it's so good.
So, I know he was your favorite character in season 1. Your thought on the Alan episode? Thought on Alan in general in these 2 seasons?
Man, they really tore my man Alan up. And then I thought Optimus Prime betrayed him. I was like...
I did too.
I was like, no. Then he came out mogged up. My man Alan. I love Alan.
Hannah's confused on why you called him Optimus Prime.
Who are we talking about?
Alan.
I know that.
Oh, have you seen all of Invincible?
I did not watch season 1.
He's seen parts of 2 and... She's seen
I've
parts of 2 and 3.
Alan goes back to his planet and reports to the council.
Why are you calling the man Optimus Prime?
That's what I'm getting to, pal.
Okay, alright.
The guy who leads the council is that Viltrumite guy.
Oh, yeah.
His voice is Optimus Prime. He does Optimus Prime in the... the Michael Bay movies. In a bunch of Transformers stuff, but specifically...
Shocked I didn't pick that up.
I cannot not hear it. I was so waiting for it to just roll out. I was waiting for it, and it never came.
I knew immediately that it was Seth Rogen, though.
I have something to say about Seth Rogen later, and it's not negative. I'm about to get on my soapbox, but go ahead.
When they did the pan up to Alan and he was doing stuff, and then they gave the Alan title card, and I was like, oh, Tanner's probably living when he sees this episode.
Love that. I love Alan. Alan is so cool, and I just think Alan's sick. I just think he's like, he's just so cool.
And then they killed him, or I thought they killed him, and I was like, oh no,
Tanner's my man lived, bro.
And then he lived, and I was like, what? And I was like, no, he big.
That man got hench. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to break this. Oh, I broke your thing. Seth Rogen bangs, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I love Alan.
Literally.
His wife, too. Oh. I was like, damn. I wish aliens were real.
I loved Alan's plot in the jail with Nolan.
Yeah, that's a lot of season 3 stuff.
Yeah, Nolan on the alien on Thrax. Is it Thraxa or is it
Thraxia? I think
Thraxia.
It is.
With the bug people.
The Thraxans, yes.
Oh boy, the bug people.
You don't like the bug people?
That
bug is hot.
Definitely wasn't going to say that. Bugs weird me out. Bug people weird me out.
I'm in. I watched. Oh my god, what is that movie? Keep going. I'm gonna thing it and then I'm gonna say it in the middle. Ender's Game.
Okay.
There are no hot bugs in that, but I was like, damn. We're fighting bugs. Why are we doing that? They're just bugs. You didn't think the bugs were hot?
No.
Bro, she had ass. I couldn't stop looking.
It's called a thorax.
For ass. Bitch, I was ready. I'm built to be in a sci-fi, bro. Put me in that shit.
I thought it was going to be a very different... When the alien brings Mark there, and Mark says, so where are these meteors? And the alien says, what? I was like, oh, fuck, what are we doing? And I was like, and then Omni-Man shows up, and I'm like, oh. What?
I was waiting for the turn, when they originally did that, I was waiting for the turn that Omni-Man actually wasn't good, and he subjugated this planet.
Yeah.
And then that never came. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I just spent a season knowing this guy murdered the Justice League, and now he's good? What?
He's confused.
Bro, it sent me, but it worked.
They built on it well, and it was built on well as well. It had actual basis in the ending of season 1.
It banged.
Also, literally.
Oliver.
I called that.
Yeah, that man
I called
was.
the bug
That
baby.
man was fucking. Omni-Man knows what I'm talking about.
Do we think she laid an egg?
No.
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 No eggs.
No, I think that's racist to think that.
Viper.
They're not
She's
all the
a
same.
bug.
Hey, yo. Cut that. You know what month it is? Vaccine Appreciation Month.
Women's History Month.
Hating on another woman like that. Jeez.
On a hard-working mother.
Yeah, and she died.
Of old age.
Oh yeah, she's still dying. Yeah, if you don't die a tragic death, nobody should care. What the heck, Zach?
I said what I said. And it wasn't that. I don't know why you're putting words in my mouth. I liked that. I liked that Mark took his brother back to Earth, and I like that it made sense. That it wasn't just maybe because he looks like more like a human, he should come here, or maybe I can do. I like that it made sense and it related to the issue that Omni-Man said would happen to Mark in front of him. Just like, he will outlive everyone here by decades. Can you take him? Because...
Yeah. I like that the mom came up and asked. That I wasn't prepared
Yes.
for. The mom would be like, bro, he's...
I'm about to die and this man is...
I was going to say, like, I'm going to die within the year. And I've never... I love that... Bro, they cook with every side character. Every character that doesn't need to be anything, they just, like, set the pencil on fire and just start writing. Like, the fact that she's like, I've never thought about life like this until I met your father. And then, like, she gives, like, an actual reason why she's saying this. Because I think all of us would have just been like, if she just said that and then nothing is explained, I think we're all fine with that. And we just move like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
but we don't think about how she really would think. And the fact that she addresses that, bro, they just be cooking. God, this show's so good.
I like Oliver as a character as well. Because I think, to give some pairing to a conversation we literally just had, it was nice to have... You have Mark, who is very much in this, no one deserves to die, I can't take a life, I won't. And then accent that with Oliver, who is straight up like, but they're doing bad things.
Oliver is Viltrum pilled, and I was scared the entire third season. I'm like, I don't... No! We're not doing this.
When they did...
Oliver's a good kid.
When they went to the future, when they did the thing where they took Mark to the future with the Emperor, I looked at her and I was like, Oliver's about to be this Emperor.
Yeah. So you...
I was pleasantly surprised because I thought the Immortal plot was very good.
It was, and I had no idea. I had no idea. So I'm like... My thought was, this has to be a Mark. This has to be a Mark variant. Because there's no way... And then when it was Immortal, I was like, oh... That makes sense.
It does make sense.
I was like, okay. I had no idea what it is. I was like, it's got to be Mark. Who else would it be? I was like, Omni-Man?
I was thinking,
But why would Omni-Man build robots? And then I'm like, why would anybody build robots? And then it was like, okay, that makes sense.
I just figured it was Oliver because he's doing the Viltrum thing without knowing of the Viltrumite heritage. Because Mark probably isn't going to be like, oh yeah, we take over planets, but we don't because we're good. So
yeah.
Oliver can be like, but it seems like those planets have order.
Well, no, he's had to tell Oliver a little bit. Because Oliver definitely knows about what Omni-Man did to Earth.
Yes.
So he's got to... Maybe, yeah, because Mark doesn't really know what... Well, no, I guess he does, because he talks to Alan. And Alan tells him what Viltrum does, so...
And
eventually
his
he's
dad
got to
also
tell him.
told him what Viltrum does in the first season.
Yeah, but
So.
you're also... fighting your dad.
That's true. Think Mark.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think they've gotten a more iconic moment than the Think Mark. But there's still a bunch of really good moments.
I can tell you my favorite meme moment. It's not Think, which is really good, probably my close second. Do you know the picture of, like, it's like that monkey animal, and he just is looking like this? Looks out of the side, he's got, like, the blue shirt on. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's just like a puppet, and he's like... And he just looks out the side of his eye. Oh my god, I need to find this. This. That guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's this, and it's... put next to it, there's a still of it, the Immortal. And it's every time Mark chokes Cecil, and it's just the immortal. Every time, and that shit kills me every time, because that's exactly what he did, because he chokes Cecil like 4 times in season 3, and the immortal's like, I don't want that smoke.
You want to talk about characters I loved in season 2 and 3 that didn't like as much in season 1. Fucking love Cecil in these 2 seasons.
You don't like Cecil in season 1?
I don't like him nearly as much as I do here. I don't mind him in season 1. He does
Cecil
good
is,
stuff.
I would argue, is his most badass in season 1.
Let me put it this way. I was re-listening to our review of season 1. Neither of us could remember Cecil's name.
I believe that's possible, but I don't think that has anything to... Cyrus, yeah, I do remember calling him that. Yeah, but I don't think that has any...
I think he does good.
Weight on if I think he was badass or not.
I
know in that old episode, there's no way I didn't talk about how badass it was that he fought Omni-Man. Oh, yeah. Teleporting around. That's the most badass, in my opinion, the most badass scene in season 1.
The takeaway quote from that review was, I don't know, he got hit with an orbital laser.
Yeah.
He got hit with an orbital laser.
And he just didn't give a shit. No,
I'm Phil Coulson.
Donald.
Donald, yes. He
literally is just Phil Coulson. He's literally just a robot.
It had been so long since I had watched season 1 that I didn't think about the fact that he 100% died in that Omni-Man fight. So I did not at all question anything until Debbie looked at him weird, and he was just like, that was weird. And I was like, that was weird. Why did she look at him weird? And then they played the clip, and I was like, I forgot that he 100% died in that first season.
When I started watching season 2, I saw Donald. I said, Donald? I said it out loud. I'm like, that motherfucker exploded. I paused, went back to the episode. I'm like, he died right there. And then literally I just watched the rest. I'm like, oh, well, I just wasted like 10 minutes.
When he does the knife thing, when he pricks himself with the knife to see if he bleeds.
Yeah. And he's
like, he bleeds, and I was like, oh, so he's human, it's fine. And then he's like, yeah, no, it's fine. And then he looks closer, and he looks in, and I was like, that was so they faked me out on the fake out.
They really did. Oh,
what was your favorite moment from the episode you saw?
It's just all one giant episode, so...
What's a favorite moment you remember?
I can tell you what I didn't like.
I'm here for hate.
How long that fucking final fight scene was.
Which one?
In the end of season... The last one at the end of season 3.
You didn't like the whole conquest fight?
It was so long. It was so fucking long. And it was not... Mark is a bitch. I
have this opinion until that fight.
Like,
Mark is a bitch.
It's the reason why. It's another reason why season 2. Like I was starting to get frustrated with the show. The show continued to tell me, especially through season 2, that Mark is the strongest hero on this planet, and he didn't win a fight until the end until I guess technically the end of season 2. But it's Angstrom. Did we really think Angstrom was a threat?
I will say, the part that I liked that I then got upset about because it didn't work was when the chick that gets really small got eaten by the one guy, and she went to get big, but then he ate her. As she was still big, I was like, no, she should have exploded out of him and killed him.
I feel you, but I think it worked. Not that it works better. I think it has more impact that she couldn't do it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that was sick.
I was just
because that's what I was expecting. I'm like, oh, okay, she's just gonna grow and gonna explode. Yeah. Especially after Rex is like, that bitch can grow or whatever he says, and then it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. And then you hear her.
Oh no! Everybody's gonna. Oh no, they're gonna die. That's when I knew. I was like, oh, everybo's dying.
Everybody's dying.
No one died.
Yeah.
None of the heroes died from that fight, even though they all looks like they all die. The only egregious one, in my opinion, is that Rex somehow survives the bullet to the head. But I can.
You think that's egregious?
Out of the 3 fake out deaths there, that's the most egregious.
But I can disagree. I think
it.
The worst one is Shrinking Ray, because Rex mentions throughout the time that his mother sold him to the CIA or whatever they are, and they experimented on him. I believe that Rex is a lot more durable as a metahuman than just a regular person. That's why I believe that.
That's fair.
But I see what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but that's why I think Ray's is, for the reasons she just got upset, is why I think Ray's is the most egregious.
But I can forgive it because Rex is one of the big standouts for me from this.
Yeah. And Duplicate's also a fucking bitch. Fuck her. That's all I have to say.
I didn't see enough of Duplicate to have an opinion.
You've seen enough.
Okay.
She
cool.
sucks.
I love Duplicate.
Just have that opinion, you'll be fine.
I love Duplicate and Immortal.
Huh? That is the most Karen relationship in that show, and I hate it. I hate them too. I have sympathy for Immortal, but he's also... It's a little weird dating Duplicate, I'm not gonna lie. But...
I figure once you're a couple thousand years old, it is a little weird. Once you're 1,000 years old, you're not thinking about that. And
He's also a lot older than 1,000 years old.
Yeah. Do you really keep counting after 1,000?
My name is Chris Hansen. How about you take a seat?
Did I send you that?
Yes.
The meme of the guy who's calling 911 because someone's at his door and won't leave.
Yeah.
He says his name is Chris Hansen.
Oh,
I'd like to think it wasn't Chris Hansen and it was just Tanner trying to play a prank on someone.
bro. I love Chris Hansen. I love that show.
She's an adult. It's fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold on it until she was telling Rex her reasoning. And I just never thought about the idea that she has lived each of those deaths of her duplicates.
Yeah. Still wrong, but okay.
Experience is experience.
I do like that Oliver pants his bullies super fast. Instead of attacking them.
That's when I was afraid. That's when I was afraid.
This show does an amazing job at... You have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah. Because they do so well at... This show has mastered the fake out.
Yes.
And I have no idea what anybody's going to do. I was convinced I was about to see that 11-year-old die. I was like, this is it. And then Mark's going to... I don't know what Mark's going to do. Is Mark going to kill him? Is Mark going to put him in jail? How are you going to...
Are you talking about the Conquest fight?
No, I'm talking about him with Oliver. He watches Oliver. I'm like, Oliver's about to kill this kid, and then Mark's going to have to do something. He kills an innocent person.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Yeah. And then he passes him. I was like, damn. And you know what that was? Just another reason why Adam Eve is the best character. She was right!
Yeah.
That bitch always right. Yeah. She's like, see? He's a good kid. I was like... There ain't no way you actually believe that shit, but I'll let you stand 10 toes. I know you didn't believe that shit. But, alright.
I thought for sure, I was like, fuck. Especially coming right after the Maulers' death. R.I.P. the Maulers. We'll see if they're actually dead, but this is the most...
They suck.
This is the most...
They're bad people. Deserve to be dead. I'm not even cat. Like, they deserve to die.
I will listen to the first one was an accident. The second one was purposeful.
Yeah, but...
He walked up and he just straight up punched his jaw through his head. Immortal?
How many times are they going to break out of jail and murder the people? Like, there's a level, bro. Like, I get to the point where it's like, you know why it's so bad? You know why it's so egregious? Because we see that those guards guarding those inmates develop relationships with them. And genuinely, like, don't treat them like shit. Like, usually, just specifically in this show, we see the dynamic of the guards are not pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Like, they take care of the only time we haven't seen that is in the Cecil episode where he goes to that jail. We see that the guards are kind of shitty and like, you're gonna die. But it's also, I believe they're like that because Cecil goes to jail for fucking treason. Which I can then understand why a guard would be like, yeah, you're probably going to die. So, that I can understand. But when you see those guards be nice to the Maulers, and then the Maulers beat the fuck out of them, and then like end up killing people as they leave, it's like, Oliver, punch his fucking head off. Like, I get it. I'm fine. And I know it's just because they're villains and they're super evil. It's like, yeah, but I lose compassion for you. There's, like...
To be fair, the Maulers die constantly. That's kind of their thing.
A Mauler dies constantly.
I think, wasn't that the one in season 1 where they both died and they had a weird backup that brought them back?
One lives.
What was the weird backup? There was definitely a weird backup on one of the cloning things. It might have not have been the Mauler. It might have been a different...
Yeah, no. The Maulers never have a backup. One of them always lives and makes another clone.
And then they clone it. All right.
He sacrifices one of the clones to that turret when they break out of the jail in the first season. And then he goes and makes a clone. And then those clones live all the way to the end of that season, and then they get thrown back in jail because Robot sells them back out after giving them the collar, and Immortal just fuses back together and doesn't give a shit and flies away. And then then they get recruited by Angstrom, And then there's the one, they have the king dynamic, because now they can tell.
Yeah, R.I.P. that guy.
Yeah, because he poisoned him or whatever. And then... Yeah, no, I don't think there was ever... They never both die. No, maybe they'll come back when they have a backup and somebody lives. But, no, I don't ever... And I don't even know what you could be thinking about.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just confusing something. I consume so much.
Yeah, maybe.
Superhero media.
By the way... Maulers. And they're cool. But, fuck them.
By the way, this is how that Spider-Man show should have been animated. But I digress.
Oh, yeah. The 2.5D or whatever they want to call it sucks.
Yeah. So is there anything else important to talk about before we get to the Conquest fight?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff in Season 3 we didn't touch on.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been trying to stay in Season 2 and not talk too much, but if we're ready to go...
Yeah, just keep going. I need you to lead the conversation and I will give thoughts.
So, I like the Season 3. I like we open with Mark training.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that part. I'll start with the negatives to Season 3, because I really don't have much at all. I needed one more cut to Omni-Man and Alan.
Okay.
Yes.
After the prison break, I needed one more of that, and we didn't get it. It's fine. Is what it is.
I expected them to show up in the Conquest fight at that point. And I didn't need them to show up in the Conquest fight for the Conquest fight. I needed them to show up because I needed more of what they were up to. I needed their hook of where they're going next.
Yeah, but I assume they're doing one of two things. Either going to the Viltrum planet, or he's taking them back to... Alan's going back to his planet.
I think they're doing the second one.
Yeah, because you can't go back... Can't go back to Earth because the Viltrumites are looking at Earth.
Yeah.
They constantly know what's going on there. Plus, it would make Cecil's decision at the end of Season 3 to make no sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so...
Okay. Yeah. The Conquest fight doesn't need Omni-Man to interfere.
Yeah.
I need to know what Omni-Man is doing, and that would have solved it.
Yeah.
And that's where we were at in that series. Maybe they just needed to be thrown into... Because they do the thing at the end of Season 3 that they do at the end of Season 1, where they kind of go through, this is the stuff that's still going on. It could have been thrown into there with that.
Yeah. They do something at the end of Season 3 that'll be the last thing I talk about, because I have a little story to go with it that I really like.
Okay.
But other than that in Season 3, with what I needed from that, I have an issue with an episode, and I have an issue with a storyline. How do you feel about the Titan stuff? And that's how we shouldn't feel.
I know. I didn't...
Titan he's a crime overlord.
I think that
Covers some stuff in rock.
Was that one of the ones?
I think that's one of the ones that you didn't get to see, and he doesn't show up in any other episode.
Okay, so then he's irrelevant.
He's in that, but he's in that, and he's in Season 1. He has
Yeah.
That is the most... I like the episode. I like the stuff that happens in the episode. It feels like it doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, it's filler.
Yeah.
But
and I feel like in a season with 8 episodes, we don't need filler.
Especially another episode of filler where Mark loses.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he only
I
wins
really
because
was
of
getting to the
convenience.
point with this episode of this show where I'm like, why does my main hero lose all the time? He doesn't win.
That should have been an episode where... That should have been a fight where he was winning the actual physical contestant of it, but not winning because he can't seem to figure out how to finish the fight.
Yeah.
It should have been that, not just him getting mollywopped until all of a sudden it disappears. I'm down for the disappearing because of how that... Because I actually think that plot line could be really interesting in a season or two. But I think there was a different way to do that without just making Mark look weak.
Yeah.
Again.
We have a lot of storylines going into the next season, and it's like you're going to have to pick and choose, and I don't know how you can fit Titan into Season 4.
Titan doesn't need to show up in Season 4.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
then... Like, I don't know what we're doing with that. And that's... You know how I hate to say when you see something in the future makes something retroactively worse?
Yeah.
That kind of works here. It doesn't make any sense for this to be here if it doesn't go into Season 4. Because I would assume in Season 4 we have to deal with the Sequids, again, the Mars aliens. We have everything that's still going on just on Earth we're gonna deal with the what am I trying to say? The repercussions of the Invincible War, then anything with Nolan and Alan, we these are, and I know the Secwoids aren't that big a deal, but like
That's the tongue brain things, right?
yeah, and then
Secwoids are probably the biggest deal.
Well,
they're about to take over Earth,
so we'll see. And then like the other stuff they want to do with like Doc Seismic and whatever goes on with Cecil, and like there's so much stuff. Where does this Titan thing fit in? And if you don't do it next season, and there's another very major storyline that I'm waiting because it's the last thing I want to talk about. That thing, like where does this happen?
But I also think you can say the same thing coming out of season 1, and Titan does not show up in season 2. His stuff is held off till season 3.
Yeah, I know, but I don't.
So I think it depends on how we get season 4 and season 5 and how everything ties up together. I see what you're saying. And I do think it's a concern.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. You can do that. And like I hear what you're saying, where we didn't do it in season 2, we did it in season 3. Are you then just going to not do it in season 4, and then we'll get another single episode in season 5? Like eventually you have to do something there, yeah. But it's also everything with Titan is like very low level,
and it feels. I don't want to say it feels final. It feels like he made an alliance with Machine Head to get the boss out, so that way he's left alone. So it feels like there's nothing really to do there. But there's going to be something.
But then, the dragon guy's not dead. So I was like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't know what's going on with that. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me. I don't dislike it because I actually enjoyed the episode a lot. Yeah. But the episode after that, I did not like.
Which was?
Powerplex.
Oh, yeah.
And I know I said that I like that they they go with that thought process of like, Mark's bad. We don't like Mark. I'm fine with that point of view.
That couple was really ready to use their baby as a hostage.
Yep, they're crazy. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't like it purely for one reason, and this is where I will get on my soapbox for Seth Rogen. Everything that everybody says Seth Rogen is as a voice actor is exactly what Aaron Paul is as a voice actor. Aaron Paul can only do what he did in Breaking Bad, and he has been living off of, he can't keep getting away with it. He's just a distraught man in everything that he does. And it sucks. I don't like it. It is so, it sucks. It's bad. And I hate listening to Powerplex that entire episode. I'm like, you suck, I hate you. But please, Aaron Paul, continue. Like, he's a national treasure. I love him. But like, voice acting is not for you. Your face and you being like that is fine. Just stop voice acting. Powerplex did not need to be like that. But yeah, that episode also just is slow and it sucks.
I didn't mind the Powerplex episode that much. Did not care for Powerplex in the finale.
Is that the electric wave man?
Yes. Yeah, why?
I don't know. Because he shows up.
I think he's fine.
And then he sparks Mark out the minute he sees him, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess.
That's all he does.
And then
he sows the seed for the next season. Because you could... That's where I say I like that thought process of, this is kind of Mark's fault. This is all Mark. Is Mark really a good guy? When he attacks Mark in the finale, I think it's the most justified in the whole season.
The first attack or the second attack? Because the first attack makes sense when he's still in the prison clothes and they're fighting with the other Mark in the prison. The one at the end is like...
The one at the end, I didn't realize this. His outfit is never off when he goes to prison. His outfit is underneath the things that they can't take off. Because they said it would kill him. So his outfit's on the entire time. It's just that he sparked so much that the other uniform has disintegrated, basically.
I will accept that. I don't think you're fully correct, but I'll accept it.
I thought that they recruited him to help.
Because when he was in the prison, he definitely didn't have the headpiece that he then has on later. But I will go with you, because I don't...
This is what I've been told. This is not an opinion that I made.
Those cannot come off.
Yeah,
those parts can't come off. But I feel like they show when he's in prison with his shirt open.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought the same thing.
I'm pretty sure they show them just attached to his skin.
I know,
because I also don't think he has his suit on when they put them on. But maybe he does, and I'm just stupid.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll accept it.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's not something I'm willing to stand 10 toes on.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
I'm kind of in your corner. I'm only saying what I'm saying because I've been told differently.
Yeah,
but it looks like they recruit him, and if it's that they recruit him to help, then that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why he is there after the final fight? No, 100% not. Here's him in the prison after that one fight.
Okay.
That suit is not on. Why does he? And you know what? And I said the same thing in that final episode where he shows up. Where did he get his suit from? Why does he have a suit on?
Yeah.
How did he get a suit on? Like, why is he not back in prison?
Well, I think it's because if you can kill an Invincible, you're going to get used.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he didn't.
He did.
That Invincible that.
Oh no, he lives, right? He wakes back up.
He's one of the, that's one of the Invincibles that gets sent to the other dimension.
But still, he won. Might not have killed him. They thought he killed him, but he's strong enough to at least incapacitate one, which is a lot better than a lot of the heroes that they have.
I take that back. This might be a different. He might have gotten into a fight with another one because the body behind him in that photo is charred and dead.
Is it not?
It's possible that he...
Is it not Mohawk Mark? Didn't Mohawk Mark?
He does also fight Mohawk Mark, but in this specific photo, the one behind him is 100%
dead as hell.
So, like, you know what? Maybe he does. And
Okay.
it's one of the other... Because to be fair, he brings, like, a dozen marks, and there's only 6 left when he exiles them. So...
Was it a dozen? I thought it was 18.
I think it was 18.
Pick a number. I don't remember the exact number.
Yeah, no. Well, no, it slightly matters. Yeah.
He said how many it was.
That's why I didn't give an exact number, and I gave one of the other numbers. Like, I guess a dozen is an exact number, but, like, if I had said 12, I would have been confident in there being 12.
Okay, yeah. But, yeah, so I understand why he's out. Because if you could kill a Mark, you're going to get used. It doesn't matter.
But then also, why is Cecil bringing Mark to... I guess that's the one his brother is at. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Why is he bringing... There's, like, 3 cities that are being rebuilt.
Yeah, why are you
bringing Mark? You know that's Powerplex's thing.
Oh, no, but that's exactly why it is an Oliver thing. Because he asks about Oliver. Yeah. I cannot believe we go right from that to... And then Conquest just comes down. That was sick.
I was sitting there when that part happened, and I turned to her and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's another episode after this. And then Conquest shows up and was like, oh no.
Bro. Mark.
And then I turned to her, and then they start fighting. Him and Conquest start fighting and flying through buildings. And I was like, I kind of like that in this fight. It feels like because of the last one that this city's been evacuated, so there's not really anyone here, so they can kind of go all out. And then he takes them to the beach and just bowls them through it in a spiritual sequel to
the Chicago sequel, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, when I saw them flying out of the city, I said, I'm not gonna like this.
Nope.
This
and
is
I
gonna
thought about you too.
This is gonna turn my stomach because I know what they're doing. And then they showed the beach. I said, and I just looked up to God and I said, "Fuck you, Robert Kirkman." And I watched it and I was like, I was like, oh, I can't watch, but I had to watch.
I do love Conquest. That is a terrible human being, but goddamn, he's such a good antagonist.
Negan was cooking. I only say Negan because I don't know the guy's actual name, but God, he is so good.
Obviously, for the listener curious on what image I put up that Tanner reacted to that we've been referring to, I changed my computer background to the image of Conquest in space where he makes the heart out of a blood bubble.
Yeah. That was so cool.
When he has Mark pretty much dead to rights and whispers his confession into Mark's ear and then says, "Take it to your grave," I was like, this might be my favorite.
They don't even give me a name. They just call me what I do. Bang.
And just take it to your grave.
They just cooked the entire second half of the last episode with just dialogue when Mark is... What is it? I could see the future and you don't live to see tomorrow. Holy shit. I from that point forward, I'm like, he's going to win. I think when he says that, that's before Eve hits him with the mega beam.
That is when Eve dies.
That's when I'm 100% built in on, like, Mark is going to win this no matter what, and I don't think he's going to lose. And it's the only time the show has ever made me feel that way.
I thought Mark was about to mollywop him. I thought it was going to be a full... He was going to rip him a new one because he was going to hit that emotional state. And you know what fucking happens? He goes, just because you're angry doesn't mean you get stronger.
But it kind of did, though. Bro,
his speech to Oliver when he's about to rip him apart.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so happy.
Did you think he was going to die?
I did.
I did.
I thought we were going to see his entrails be pulled apart like a sausage link.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't watch this.
That's what I thought. I thought we were going to see Mark jump at Conquest, and right as he gets there, we don't see Conquest. It would be a camera shot, like if you're looking right at your own face, right?
Yeah.
And then just seeing the blood splatter all over Mark as he like punches Conquest, and then we would see Conquest go flying, and then Oliver would be sitting there in two pieces. That's what I thought we were about to get, and then he lived. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, because Oliver, what a character arc. What a comeback for my boy. I'm so happy that he's just better. And
It's starting to get it and starting to really
like
Oliver's moments with their mom I also really like.
Debbie.
If there's anything that this show...
I've never been so jealous of a man named Paul in my entire life.
I love Paul too.
I don't.
Really?
Paul's living my dream.
Yeah. You missed the really good Paul. The Paul moment, which is when they're at the table when they're eating and he made the family spaghetti.
Yeah.
And he's trying really hard to relate to them.
Yeah,
he just can't.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard because even Mark started the business for the thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how's that? He's like, well, when I got into the real estate game, and he tells them, and then they all go, and he's with Debbie. He's like, I shouldn't have said that. That was so stupid. That doesn't relate. I'm a real estate guy. I don't save the world.
Is it better than the pancake scene with Eve?
Oh.
What do you mean?
When is the morning after Eve spends the night and they spend the entire night fucking. That
Paul's
Eve,
not there.
No, Paul.
No.
She's just talking about. The
Oh,
scene.
okay. No, sorry.
Is the Paul scene as good as the Eve
Oh, I
scene?
think it's better. I think it's easily better.
I think it's better because the Debbie telling Mark, "I know you guys are having sex," comes later and not part of that scene. I do love Eve sneaking out of the window, going down
upstairs and knocking on the front door.
and then Mark answering and Oliver going, "Why'd you knock on the door if you flew out of his window?"
Yo, Oliver's funny as hell. My favorite Paul moment is the final episode where Debbie starts breaking down and is like super worried. He's like, "You can handle this." Yeah. I love that. Paul, in the beginning, I'm like, I don't know if I need you around, and then I'm like, we need you.
I'm
We
happy.
need you, Paul.
I like that we have someone with Debbie here now that they can kind of be together and be supportive. I like that it wasn't the first person. I do kind of like that the first person went the way that it did.
I was just about to. I was like, can we talk about Debbie? Like everything with Debbie, the fact that she goes to the support group and was it War Woman?
Yeah.
War Woman's husband. I'm like,
Husband.
I said this is wild as hell. I cannot believe this
He
shit.
goes, you should have known. Don't come back.
Yeah.
Damn. She can't even have.
Anything. Yeah.
And like, as much as I hate to be, they warned you.
They did tell you
They
don't.
did
don't
tell
say.
you, do not tell them. Like, don't use your last name. Do not tell them who he was.
Yeah.
It's anonymous for a reason. And she learned.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Debbie is such a good character, and she is not nearly that good of a character in the comics. If you want...
Yeah, that's what I've told. That Debbie gets a lot better in this show.
If you want...
Almost everybody gets a lot better in this show. Cecil was a lot more of an asshole, apparently, in the books. Like, you...
I can't speak to that.
All I've heard from the general public is that Cecil was made a lot less of a dickhead in the show, a lot more relatable, to get you to like him a lot more. I think, to eventually revert him back to being the asshole that he is in the books.
Maybe.
Like, I think this is the turning point where people will still defend Cecil for his decision at the end of the show. End of this season, right now. I think going forward, Cecil's going to be less... He's going to be a lot more like the guy before him. Where it's very... Like, right now, he was kind of like that with Mark throughout Season 3. But I don't really think he meant it. I still think he... He's like, yeah, but we have to do it. He still doesn't like using the villains, I think. Not true. He's not 100% behind it. I think he's going to become sincerely unashamed of it, like, very soon. I think we're going to see the, like, complete... You can still see the human in Cecil a little bit currently. Like, you can definitely see it, I think, in Seasons 1 and 2, where he seems very relatable, very sympathetic. You know he's still the government asshole that's going to do what he needs to do, but you understand it to a level. Now I think we're going to get to, like, the 100%. You suck ass.
I don't think we will. And the reason why I say that is because of the last scene that him and Mark share. Because he spends so much of his time in the series going, there's good guys, there's bad guys, and they're the guys that save the lives, and we're the guys that save the world. At the very end, he doesn't say that. He says, we're still the good guys.
Yeah, but then he lies to Mark's face and then is reviving a world-ending threat. So
I don't think he tells Mark that he isn't doing that.
Mark says, burn the body. He says, okay.
Oh, yeah. Because they do. They have him.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
See, so that's why. And I would share your opinion.
Technically speaking. He is threatening to burn the body.
But
I
that's not it's like, I want you to threaten him with his body being burned. He wants him to burn it. But I would have your opinion if that last scene doesn't happen where you see he's strapped up, bringing him back. Now, I don't know if he's knocked out or if he's trying to bring him back to life. I don't know what that contraption is.
I don't think he's trying to bring him back. I think
he's unconscious, not dead.
He said we wait until he wakes up now, basically.
Yeah, because he said he's in a however many layers thick of tungsten and above a pit of lava in a however many...
With all those explosives that'll blow him the kingdom come.
All the things that, like, he will die if he tries, and he's not going to.
He's not going to, yeah. But that's the...
But it means I get more Conquest one-liners, so, like, I'm happy about it.
You'll get one episode of Conquest.
At least.
Yeah. My bold prediction, and this is me speaking, I've never read the comics, I know nothing. Whatever episode Conquest wakes up and breaks out is the episode Omni-Man comes back to Earth. That's what I think will happen, and Omni-Man will kill Conquest when he comes back. But that's just an opinion. I could be wrong. That would be my bold prediction, not knowing anything going forward.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Cecil, I still love Cecil. I still stand by most of his decisions. There's two really egregious things in the last episode. There's the one with Conquest, and then there's another one. Do you know what the other one is?
Okay. Egregious things. What character are we talking about here?
I'm talking about Cecil.
Okay.
Because you can... Sinclair using Sinclair to make the Reaniman to fight serious threats. Can understand why you did that. He's going to be much more...
Okay.
Like... Bringing back Darkwing. You can agree with it or not. Makes sense.
Is it the chip in Mark's head?
No, I think that's 100% makes sense.
Okay.
Everything he does to Mark, I think is 100% justifiable. Because we knew Nolan was lying from the beginning. They make it very evident in that flashback episode. We knew Nolan wasn't telling the complete truth. So, monitoring Nolan and knowing if he was ever really on our side, 100% get it. There's still a chance that Mark... Like, you cannot 100% believe that Mark is going to be a good guy. You could be 99% sure, which I think Cecil is.
Yeah.
But there's that 1% that... What happens? Especially after he understands what angstrom is. Mark goes to a different dimension and gets convinced by a different... whatever. Oh my god, what's his actual name? Omni-Man's name.
Nolan.
No, another Nolan or another Mark talks to him. Like, anything could happen.
Yeah.
So I can understand him putting anything in his head. It's specifically the D.A. Sinclair line in the last episode. We have to cancel movie night. We're going to be working late. If D.A. Sinclair has an actual life where he can go out and go to a movie and go to a restaurant and have a functioning relationship, Cecil is wrong. Now, I can get behind they show movies in prison.
Yeah.
And if that's what it is, and he's locked to that compound, and that's what he does, then fine. But if it is true that Sinclair is out walking around, living an actual life,
yeah, I don't.
I think that's a bad decision. No, and I agree with you.
But I get what you're saying.
Because I'm not willing to bet all that off of that one throwaway line. But if that is true, that's egregious. Because then Mark is 1,000% right. Because now it's more than just Cecil is rehabilitated and using them to help. No, you've pardoned their atrocities. Doesn't matter how many reanimate. Doesn't matter that they're using dead bodies now. He murdered people. I can understand if you give him already dead corpses and he makes these things fine. But he is to be in jail. He murdered at least, just by making the Reanimen, just at least 3 people. We see just in that one episode, even if you don't have about all the missing posters from that campus.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. But it's at least 3, because if you don't want to count Will's boyfriend, that ends up getting saved, but he effectively killed him.
Yeah.
The one Reaniman in the beginning of that, and then the guy from the beginning of the episode.
Atrocities to humankind. Like either way.
Yeah, so it's unexcusable that guy doesn't deserve to ever have any freedoms ever again.
Yeah.
So, It just depends on if that was a throwaway line or if we actually see that strain that Cecil and Mark. Because I could see them kind of, now that it kind of looks like Cecil and Mark are at least cordial, maybe not friendly. Mark be out doing something and then see Sinclair out, and that snaps. And then this is where we get Mark losing control and the public turning on Mark. Like, I could see that happening.
I really liked I think it was the second episode of the third season, the full Cecil focus.
Full Cecil episode of Badass.
Both, not just his flashback and seeing his backstory, his motivations, his entire thing with Mark.
Yep.
Him going, Mark, I need you to listen to me. And Mark's like, what? And I was like, I need you to listen because I feel like you're going to kill me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do all this, but I want you to know it's because I am threatened right now. It's not because I have anything against you personally. Yeah. I just don't want to die. And when he's like, no, the White Room's for my protection.
Yeah.
Because you're threatening me.
Cecil is basically right most of that episode till he gets to Guardians HQ.
Yeah.
Cecil is... his one shortcoming is... I think Cecil would be fine if he would actually build relationships with the... Like, you have to make the team members feel more than weapons, and he doesn't do a job of that at all.
But then
because that's what breaks the Guardians up. Literally, Bulletproof said, yeah, we're just weapons. Or no, not Bulletproof. He agrees with Monster Girl or Shrinking Ray. One of the two, them two, I think, says that line. That, like, we are just weapons to them. I think it was Ray, now that I'm thinking about it.
It might have been, because then she ends up quitting.
Yeah, I think she's the first one that decided... No, Rex, I think, says we're leaving first.
Well, no, because she quits the whole thing. She's done. She's done being...
Well, she goes to Teen Team for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen Team. We're not calling it that anymore. They never picked the name, I don't think.
Yeah. But, yeah, that shit bang.
You want to talk about character redemption. And I always say... you didn't say anything about character redemption, but you mentioned his name, so now we're going to talk about him.
He's the GOAT.
Rex really comes from being the scum of the earth to one of my favorite characters in season 3.
I saw TikTok after like episode 4. The one where he sticks up for Mark, right? And I want to say maybe he cooks the meal for Ray.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love seeing it was that puppet again with the eyes looking sideways, and it was when Invincible starts making one of the most disliked characters very redeemable, and I start liking them, me knowing what's coming next, and I hadn't thought about it like that, and I was like, no. I was like, no. So I go to my buddy who's read the comics, and I said, we were talking about it one day, and I said, can I ask you something, man? He's like, yeah, sure, what's up? I'm like, they're not just making me like Rex because they're going to murder him in a horrible way, right? Like, he's just going to be a good guy, and he's going to be the constant funny guy who's around, and we're going to like him a lot. And he looked at me, and he said, Rex is really cool, man. And I said, no. He said, I didn't say nothing. I said, no, don't do that.
I would have said, he doesn't get murdered.
Bruh, my man's...
that entire scene, they're going, and... it starts where it's just him and the evil Mark, and he's just picking random stuff. He does the floor. And I was like, that was cool. And he's finding it. I was like, can you explode him? Like, can you explode the Viltrumite? Yeah. And then he's reaching, and I was just like, maybe he can't, because he's not doing anything else.
That's what makes me think that the bullet makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because the fact that the floor, which is so much bigger, doesn't kill that Viltrumite, but the fact that he blows himself up makes me believe that his body has been enhanced and that it's harder to blow up. That's why later on helped me solidify that argument.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm curious if there's something about Rex's powers that I misconstrue, if it has to be a certain material.
It doesn't. It's anything. It's the fact that Rex is so simple-minded that he doesn't use his ability to the full extent. Yeah. Apparently, they dive a little more into that in the comic, that Rex could literally... Rex is a serious... There's a reason why he's on the Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be seen that, like, the potential of, like, Rex could be fucking ridiculous if he really stopped fucking throwing glow sticks at people.
But we say the same thing with Eve and how she spends a lot of time just doing Green Lantern constructs when she can change the density of the air.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know she could do that.
Did we talk about it? We talked about it during the review of the first season. She has just control over atoms and molecular anything.
I understand, but like I didn't realize she could do it because I didn't watch the special. So going into
in the first season,
she doesn't really do anything in the first season.
She creates a treehouse out of nothing.
Yeah, I know, but that's not really as serious as changing the density in the air. I don't think
It's pretty much the same thing. She just completely rearranges the molecular structure.
Okay, but
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
I don't think it's crazy for me to say building a house seems a lot more easier to do to change the density in the air.
Yeah, but it's effectively the same thing.
I'm not saying it's not. It's obviously the same thing. It's her fucking power.
Yeah.
But and I'm sorry. That was aggressive. But I was just like, yeah, no duh. But just like it's not something. It definitely is not the first thing you would think about when you think about that type of power. That she could change the density in the air. Not something I would. At least not something I would think of. Maybe I'm just simple minded. But
Like Rex.
me not. Facts. That's why I relate. I didn't watch the special. So when she looks at Cecil and says, "It's time" or whatever, the nod to like you know what's about to kind of happen with Eve, that she's about to like, because in the special she kicks into that mega mode.
Yeah.
From what I've been told, I still haven't seen it. I want to watch it.
I thought that was going to be. I thought that was they were going to do something and remove her mental block completely.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do. It's still
But
there.
she went out there and she knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, and she ends up doing it anyway. But
Yeah. So I had no idea. So when she was going like, she looked like the alien girl from Ben 10. And I was like, what is going on? I had no clue. That scene, I think, hits so much more. Because it's another wow that you're like, I had no clue. It's not even like I had an inkling of knowing anything. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I started losing my shit. I was like, yeah, do it. Whatever you're about to do. Then she hit that bitch with the uni beam. I was like, damn.
Uni beam.
Singe that motherfucker. And then Mark went fucking
Am I naked?
bongo. Bongo gorilla
With
crazy.
Mark when he's got all the casts on, he's like, "This is gonna be awkward." And then
Yeah, but then there's the goo. I don't know what the goo is.
You don't know what the goo is. I don't
Yeah.
know what the goo is either.
Yeah, that's comic book stuff apparently.
It's just it's part of the teasers for what could come next.
Yeah, whatever that
Another-
means. Hopefully she's not dying. It probably means she's dying. But
I don't think so.
you don't think so?
I mean, like that might be part of it. There's not.
I think
many
it's an
things-
overuse of her powers that she's gonna. It's like going to.
There's not
break her body down.
Many things that I know of from the books completely, but as far as I'm aware, she never dies.
Now
Unless
see,
Mark
I
never
don't.
dies.
I don't
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
say the end of this season has put me in the camp of I don't think we're following the books.
I think we're following the books to a point, but there's stuff that I don't think.
They're about to do let's just talk about it. So before episode 8 came out, I think it was the Invincible War episode came out, and I talked to my buddy who's read all the comics, and I said, let me ask you a question. It was right after the Rex thing. I said, well, let me ask you one more thing then. Am I going to see Damien Darkblood again? Because he was super cool in the first season, and we kind of banished him, and now he's gone. He's like, yeah, no, he doesn't really come up again. At the end of episode 8, when Darkblood, we go to hell, I'm like, what is this? And I saw Damien, I'm like, holy shit, what is this? I was like, did he forget? And then I looked it up that it's a completely original story where he wants the main character to fight the devil. He alludes to that in a tweet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. So then I went online, and I'm like, everybody's saying, like, Damien Darkblood's going to summon Mark to hell.
That's what I think.
Why?
Is that not like explicitly what he says?
No, he said
doesn't
I
say
know
his
of a
name.
being that has a purely evil heart and is the strongest being I've ever
think he
seen.
says purely evil.
He says pure evil.
I think he says corrupted.
Corrupted by evil? Is it really that much different?
Well, if he just means corrupted, you can take Mark finally crossing the line to kill as corrupted.
Yeah, I think he's talking completely about Nolan.
But then why are we just doing it now? Nolan's not on Earth.
But the last time he was on Earth, Nolan was on Earth.
Yeah, but Nolan hasn't been on Earth for over a year now.
And
He's not going to know that if he's in hell.
That's If you believe that, I believe that. I believe he doesn't know that. He knows that
I think
if
he knows
he's,
that Nolan's not.
I don't think he's
Let me
watching.
quote the exact
But why
words.
would he watch over Mark then? Why would he look at Mark? If his goal now is to get this body for this guy, he knows that Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe, which to him would have been the strongest people on Earth, and it was easy. And he knows how strong Mark is. So why would he... Or he knows how strong Nolan is. He really doesn't know anything about Mark. He knows Mark is... By the time he gets banished, Invincible is barely a thing. So why would he be talking about Mark? Now, maybe I would be wrong, because I don't know how you would fit that in, because then Nolan has to go back to hell, has to get summoned to hell, and how does that all work? I don't know.
He says blackened heart.
Yeah, but and I do not think you could describe Mark as blackened heart. I think you could describe that as Nolan. And I think he's talking about Nolan.
Well, you can describe it as Nolan, but Nolan's also doing the opposite thing. He's kind of redeeming a little bit.
I understand that, but I don't think he knows that. That's why I think it is Nolan, because I don't think he knows what Nolan's doing. I don't think he knows what Mark's doing. I think he only knows the last thing what he was on Earth. Because remember, when he was on Earth and they said you would get sent back down to hell, that you're only here because you don't want to be in hell. Because I think he had beef with people in hell, whether he was going to be imprisoned or whatever. I don't think he knows what's going on. I think he only knows the last thing that was there. But that's just my bold prediction. If it's Mark, it's fine. To me, it doesn't make much sense. Because I don't think... Again, like I said, I think Mark has been justified in everything he's done. I don't think he has a blackened heart. I think Mark is still very much a good person. I think he's completely a good person. But...
I think it just depends on...
Maybe you could say with the last thing, his last conversation with Oliver, I'm going to kill anybody who threatens my family. Maybe. But I think that's a stretch.
Well, let's look at a couple of different things here. I'm not convinced that it's Mark. Because of the exact reasons that you said.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Omni-Man. But let's look at who's on Earth right now. Maybe it's Oliver because he's impressionable. Maybe it's Conquest because he's still alive and on Earth.
Possibly. I wouldn't hate that.
Maybe it's Immortal because he's disillusioned with being a superhero. There's a lot of different things that it could be.
It wouldn't be Immortal.
It all depends on what he means.
I know it wouldn't be Immortal because he knows he killed Immortal. So it wouldn't be Immortal.
It depends.
If it would have... Immortal doesn't make sense because he said the most powerful body he's ever seen. He knows he already killed the Immortal, so it wouldn't be Immortal. It would have to be... Knowing that he knows Nolan... Yeah, but he knows he killed him. Even though Immortal comes back, Omni-Man can still kill him. And then if you... Because then it's... He killed him twice. If you believe he can see what's still going on, because he was already banished by that point, by the time he kills this Immortal the second time. Then all I'm saying is, I know it's not... It can't be the Immortal. But maybe Conquest. That's a good one. That's not one I thought of.
Yeah.
It could be Conquest.
Or it's someone that we haven't seen. It could
Possibly
be someone we haven't seen.
Could be.
It could be another Viltrumite. It could be someone that isn't a Viltrumite entirely.
One last thing, we didn't talk about the Alan and Omni-Man breaking out of jail. Omni-Man and Alan in jail was so fun. I am so hyped that Battle Beast was there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if Battle Beast was serious.
Is that the tiger?
Yes. Or if, because he dog walks Mark in season 1. And I'm like, is he really that strong? Or is Mark just weak? Is Mark just weak in the first season? Then he just tore the guy to shreds and is fighting in the vacuum of space. Battle Beast is badass. I am so excited to see him all the time. I can't wait to see, because I know what he'll be, or this is what my guess would be. He will be the shock death when we get the Viltrumite. Because I know we're going to get, I know I've heard the name, but I'm not going to say the name, but there's going to be Viltrumite Prime that's going to show up, and I bet you Battle Beast will be the guy that gets annihilated, because I don't think they'll kill a super, I think that guy will end up killing main characters, but I bet you Battle Beast will be the guy where Battle Beast is serious, and then he'll just...
Yeah, it'll be our immediate, this is the power level.
The power scaling. That'll be the power scaling moment where it's oh my.
To get back to what you're saying about comic accuracy on it, this is the way I think it. We have the comics and the storylines that they do. I think we are using that as a general outline of where we're going to hit. For example, Mark's kid. We're going to do Mark's kid at some point, and they're probably going to follow the main origin of that kid the same way. But yeah, they like this character. That doesn't do anything else. We're going to do this. We're going to change this plotline entirely because she's terrible in the comics. Maybe we don't do a couple of the more weirder and controversial things that they did in the comics.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of 2 things right off the bat, but they're
we'll see.
That kind of thing. I don't want to see either of them.
Can I say something that I'm concerned with?
Sure.
So now they know about Oliver, I would assume.
The world?
The Viltrumites.
Maybe. It's possible. Oh, no, they know about Oliver. They talk about on the planet how he sired a second son, an illegitimate.
Yeah.
So they know. They don't know about
Because I
Oliver.
know when Conquest picks him up, he's like, "Who are you?" I know he says that, but
Yeah.
you're all right. They do say that at one
They
point.
are aware that he has a second bastard seed.
And
with
you
a
know what's so
non-Viltrumite.
crazy? If you think about it like that, that makes so much sense because Conquest probably wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because nobody talks to him. Because they're scared of him. That makes so much sense. Who are you? He wouldn't know. Because they would just tell him, go to Earth and fuck it up. And then they would leave.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yo, this show bangs. And then... Oh, I don't even know what I'm... Oh, so what I'm concerned with, they know about Oliver. If Oliver becomes serious, what stops the Viltrum Empire going to Thraxia and making a bunch of very fast-made soldiers? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's just a dark place to be. But it also seems like something 100% the Viltrumites would do. Oliver punched Conquest and knocked him, 60 feet? And he's a year old.
Yeah. But that's nothing to them.
Yeah, but the fact that you can punch the most one of the most fierce Viltrumites in the galaxy, not do any damage.
Yeah.
But still.
But my point is, where's a regular Viltrumite at 1 year old? Not like that.
We don't know. I just think we don't know. The only scaling that we have is Mark, who isn't a full Viltrumite, whose powers don't kick in until puberty. We don't know if a regular Viltrumite's powers kick in immediately or at puberty.
Well, we do know they age slower. So I would assume that they slower to get to puberty.
Sure.
It's just what I would assume. I don't... Unless they're like Saiyans. Because they are an allegory to Saiyans. And I know I hate to bring it to Dragon Ball.
Sort of
they grow to their potential very... Like, Saiyans in Dragon Ball are not a kid for very long and immediately get to very quickly. So maybe the Viltrumites are like that. I just understood that they grow slow. But even so, just how fast you could have just useful guys at a year old. I don't think Viltrumites at least a year old are at that point. Maybe they are, and if they are, that's nuts. I would just be fucking all the time.
Also remember, physiologically, Oliver's like 8, I would say.
Yeah, 8 in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think a Viltrumite looks like 8 years old at 1 year old.
Yeah, and then he's going to taper off. When did she say? Probably.
Yeah, no, but they wouldn't care about that.
Yeah.
They would, because they already see him as inferior, is what I'm saying. Imagine just an army of that. They would just have ground unit, like the base level soldiers. An army of that, just throwing them at people when... So what? Say, he's about 8 now in 1 year, 16 at 2. 2 years and you have basically an entry-level soldier? That's nuts.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm worried about.
So...
That would be horrible. I hope they don't do that. I hope that's a pipe dream. Not a pipe dream, it's a pipe nightmare.
So it was established... This was established in Season 1 by... It was during the spiel of...
Yeah, when he was
Nolan
explaining.
telling him. Viltrumites initially age the same rate as humans. As they get older, they age slower. So they'll hit 17 years, but around that point, they'll start to slow down.
Yeah. So Oliver probably at 4 is nuts. A Thraxian Viltrumite combo is crazy.
Yeah. Well, again, we just don't know when... We don't know when that line is going to be, essentially.
If he slows down, yes.
The expectation that the show is also given, not just in context, but also outright told, is to believe that he's going to slow down. He's going to slow down when he reaches adolescence. Now, when is that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the part we don't know.
Because the Mark only works so well. If Oliver was Mark and Mark was Oliver, they wouldn't have come to Earth for anything. They would have just came and taken over and killed Oliver and Mark. They harbor Mark because they see the humans as close enough.
Yeah.
But a Thraxian they see as dirt. But
yeah.
That's why I think that whole plot would work if they would turn that into a breeding den for soldiers. That would be horrible. But it seems like the perfect thing for the Viltrums to do. Especially when I'm only saying this after Omni-Man telling us about there's only so many purebloods left, and that's an issue.
Yeah.
Like maybe that goes. I would be.
Which is funny because it almost directly goes against something that they say in season 1, which is that when their genes kick in, they take over completely, and that like the idea was that Mark is a half-breed, but once his powers kick in, his Viltrumite DNA completely rewrites his human DNA.
Yeah, I just think that's
So it's interesting that that's not how that works.
I think that's going to be. I do think that's how that works, but I think it's something specifically human.
Okay.
That can happen.
I can
think
buy that.
Yeah, I think that's explained that way. Somewhere, I think, because I think Dane told me about it, or whatever. But I think he told me about that.
Yeah.
That it's specifically, it's like they call it like the human plague or something, or maybe that's just him being a writer and being romantical. But I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be sick. The show is sick.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to touch on?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Yo, Alan's serious. The fact that Alan was sandbagging that entire fight was funny. I was like, hell yeah.
More Invincible. Did they announce that it's been renewed yet?
Oh yeah, through season 7 or something.
Oh god.
4 through 7, I think.
That's what I need for school spirits.
Fourth and fifth.
4th and 5th. Okay, yeah, not through 7.
But, it might be 2028 before we get them knowing them.
2 to 3 was pretty quick. 1 to 2 was slow, but 2 to 3 came out
2
pretty
to 3
fast.
was, so it'll be a bunch of years till we get 4, but then 5 will be right after.
Yeah.
That's how that'll work, because I doubt they've started.
And I'm so happy they didn't split the season into 2 things.
Yeah, I heard they did that with season 2.
Yeah, it sucked. Made me not watch it. I was like, why would I watch 4 episodes and then wait a half a year?
You know what? I think that I was waiting to binge it, and then the 4th one came out, and they were like, and now we're going to wait this long, and I heard it, and I was like, oh, then I'm not going to start.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's out.
Yeah, I think that's a horrible decision.
But, yeah. So this is an extremely, extremely long episode, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was earned.
Yeah, bro, that show is so good, it deserves it. What a banger. Okay, couple of baseline questions, then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Top 3 characters for you.
Mark, Cecil, and Rex.
Wild.
Okay, no, that's not wild. That's a good. That's a good. How would you rank those 1, 2, 3? Just for me.
I would do Cecil, Mark, Rex. Cecil 1, Mark 2.
Okay.
Rex 3. What would be your 3? What would be your top 3?
I know I've been singing Adam Eve's praises this entire episode. I don't think she makes my top 3, but Alan, Cecil, Nolan.
Okay.
Rex very close. Mark is not very close, but it's not that it's Mark's fault. Like, Mark's not written poorly, it's just there's so many amazing characters in the show.
And I agree with that. There's a lot of really good characters. It's a hard thing to think
I'd probably
about.
have... Oh, this is going to be crazy. I think I have Nolan 1, Cecil 2, Alan 3. Alan, just because there's nothing controversial, no real character growth other than he's just cool and the beam of light and amazing.
Yeah.
Then... Then, like, Cecil for obvious. Cecil would be 1 if he didn't make the last 2. If Cecil goes to 1 if the D.A. Sinclair thing gets cleared up and... now he has to stay at 2 because the Conquest decision is just bad. And then Nolan is just the way they've written him and the way he's turned around. The way that they end that episode where he's like, I think I miss my wife. I'm like, I hate you, but god damn it, motherfucker, you gonna make me like you, aren't you?
He is. He's the one that I can't wait for his season 4
Yes.
and 5 because his slow progression I've been
That's it.
really into.
Oh,
but he hasn't given me enough big standout like
That's
Rex
facts.
has, for example.
I say other honorable mentions are like, I know you don't have this opinion. Eve's dad, Adam Eve, just in how interesting that character is written. Is the reason why Adam Eve's dad there. I don't really like him, but I like that they explore that avenue.
Yeah.
And low-key Titan, as much as like I complained about his episodes, the fact that guy is like actually really smart and knows exactly how to play the game, like I underestimate him throughout the entire episode, and he still figures it out.
Yeah.
So I really like Titan. I wish we would do more with that. And then probably Shapesmith.
Okay.
That was a joke. I hate Shapesmith.
Oh.
I don't hate him, but he
seemed like
he is a very aggressive comedy relief, and it's fine. I can't lie. I was like, when I saw him torn in half in the background, I forgot how the Martians had to die with the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Shapesmith? No. No. I started freaking out. I was so sad.
But yeah. Invincible is good. I hope it continues to be good.
Yeah, I do too.
I hope we don't have to wait nearly as long for the next season, but
We will.
also if we need to wait that long for it to be good, we can wait that long. It's fine.
100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What? I'm so
I was
confused.
not thanking you.
Why
I
not?
was thanking.
You don't thank me for
thank
being
you.
here and
thank
having
you for
opinions?
showing up.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for thanking me.
Okay. I was thanking them though for listening.
Oh, thank you for listening. To me.
You're welcome.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them.
Oh, damn it.
Damn, get got.